Okay.
Okay. All right. How are you, brother? How you doing?
Oh man, it's good to have you on this episode. Really good, really good. I've been deep diving, and I went to another vein of my video. I got some upcoming videos that I went to places where, yeah, I've really deep dived more into alchemy, and I've known about
Mm,
alchemy, but I didn't. I could say I've known about it, but didn't really know it.
It's
And
impossible without knowing, right?
like a lot of stuff is in the conscious, we'll know a little bit about everything, but not know some aspects I don't didn't know about. Right? For me, it was, and yeah, it kind of connected the higher. For me, one of the main things it did, it connected the higher parts of myself to understand how they work.
That part.
And it's taken me to the next level of revelation. And I got some videos coming up soon that are going to be very, very revealing. They're on the
Okay.
schedule, but I'm doing stuff and staying on it so much I've scheduled ahead.
Now that's beautiful.
Yeah,
Just like these ones who are so-called running the matrix, the show,
yeah,
they're thinking 6 months, 12 months,
yeah,
18 months ahead. We have been too much being
yeah,
entertained, that
yeah,
we're not thinking ahead.
yeah.
And I had my son and his newfound friend come by and visit me here, which was good because I've been in here so long. I've been in here alone so much by myself. And
Yeah,
then being in Costa Rica, I was there, but I was in love, but I was still pretty much by myself a lot.
yeah.
Um,
A lot of alone time.
exactly, which is kind of cool because
Oh, it has its benefits, definitely.
I had the chance to look and see through their lens and not so much through my lens because
Do I
she's
need light?
20.
Do I need light on me?
No, you're good. I mean, if you want to
Okay.
turn on and see, yeah,
No, no, the
she's
light I need to turn off's behind me.
okay.
Yeah. Bear with me 1 second.
No, that's right. Take your time, brother. Take your time. 'Cause time never was when man was not.
Now I need light, huh?
There we go.
Or is this okay? Or I need some light.
Yep, you need a little light. There we go.
Yeah.
Now that's the one right there. Now that's the
I
best.
had
That's
yeah.
good lighting.
Being the old guy trying to learning technology, I figured out
Oh,
in my lighting system the light behind me affects my background, so I need the light over me or in front of me. So that's what I.
hmm.
So
Well, Danny, you have progressed very well. You've exceeded me. I'm just getting
oh,
started.
shoot, I feel like I got a long way to go because I was thinking about going live in YouTube, but you need a whole nother infrastructure. You have to go get some other stuff for your computer to go live, um, and have backgrounds and have stuff like that.
Hmm.
Otherwise, you're just going to be, you can go live, but it's just what you see is what you get. But to have some like backgrounds or do some other stuff with it or add texts or whatever on your screen, you have to have,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah,
noticed that some of the influencers have that ability on there, and I like with your progression, with you came a long way, Danny, as well. And so I'm galloping up behind you guys as well because I do want to start going and getting my, especially when I get to where I'm going through the portal, the Stargate,
yeah,
which I ran into a little bit of a delay and didn't make much money today because this was pressing. And what I discovered this day here is some information that had been with me at 58 gestation cycles, I would say in my 20s.
yeah,
Yeah, in my 20s because um, yeah, I was with my grandmother, she transitioned, and I was feeling kind of blue, and my auntie said, "Oh, baby, you okay? You know, mama will be okay. Mama gonna be all right." And my dad walked by with his drink in his hand. Oh, that boy be all right. What got him, the doctor ain't got no cure for him. He just got a heartache. I
right,
recall that looking at the back of my hand, right?
yeah.
And so I
Haven't heard that one for a
did,
long time, actually.
yeah, I did I did go to see our family doctor. That's when doctors were family. Now they're demons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now doctors are demons, right? Um, and Renthroff was our family physician. Family physician.
Yeah.
Now you got demon physicians,
Yeah.
you know. And I had to go. I was told to go to Eastwood Hospital. He gave me a shot, and this one he was like a shade tree mechanic. Hmm, 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 hmm. And he could basically tell what's going on with you based on
Yeah.
sound.
Keep talking. I'm gonna go grab this fan
Yeah.
real quick.
Okay.
Put it on.
Sure.
I'm right in the room, so keep talking.
And so he had his stethoscopes and he would just tell based on the frequency of the body. And he would make observations and recommendations at that point, right? And so he told me, he gave me a shot to calm me down, whatever, injection, and told me to go straight to Eastwood Hospital there in Memphis, Tennessee, City of the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the terminology of Memphis, not the city itself, but that's the terminology of Memphis.
Walking
Because you
out
got,
underneath this.
yeah,
Isn't there a
that's right.
sign?
We got, that's
Right?
right.
What do you call that?
Walking on Bill Street, walk with feet up on, kick up on and on the sand.
Yeah.
Walking in Memphis, yeah,
It's
keep your
actually
feet
some
on the ground.
country. I forgot who it is. Country. It actually made a new one of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that photo I showed you as well, that's today, fast forward to today. And with my now doctor, the cardiologist, I share with him, oh, this is not new to me. I'm aware of this. I've been in this body here for 58 gestation cycles, I'm gonna be 59. He looked at me, I said gestation cycles. And it's a esophagus. One of my arteries right below my heart has like a little wall, a hole in it
Mm,
where oxygen kind of escapes. Now I'm gonna rewind here. That's where my observations when I was hospitalized in Memphis at that time. When was that before? Yeah, that was before. And it was another occurrence when I was told I had to go see my doctor. No, Danny, let me stop. Let me stop. The first time, that was my grandmother transition. Yeah, that was my grandmother transition. And I went to the hospital at that time. And I was at the peak of into my mid-20s, just out of the military, just finished, just left college, and was at home, and my grandmother transitioned, and that's when I went to withdrawal to go and had to be sent over to Eastwood Hospital and got went through admissions on a Carnegie, on a tarmac, or the Carnegie, where they put on the Carnegie, is that what they call that Carnegie when they roll you in?
oh
They
yeah,
used to
yeah,
ask me
yeah. On the God, what's it?
Carnage or something like Carnegie or
Yeah, it's the
well the
God.
bed with wheels on it. How about
Yeah, and I
that?
know the name of it and can't remember. Yeah, the
Yeah.
yeah,
So they strolled me into the hospital, right? Hospitalers. And that's when I meet the four physicians that were working on me, wanted to work on me. One with the toupee, and that was the cardio guy at that time. And this was in the 80s.
yeah.
This
Oh,
was in the late 80s. Yeah, this is in the late 80s. And then that's when I was hospitalized, but that was in the height of me being a dope dealer, working with my father, cocaine dealer that was, and partying like a rock star, gambling,
yeah.
college, and everything, right? And so that's when the doctor told me if I didn't change my lifestyle. I was 26 to be that.
I was going to say you were in your 20s. I was thinking
Right.
late
I
80s.
was 26 and told if I didn't change my lifestyle, I wasn't gonna see 30. Well, here I am at 58, right? So I
Yeah,
must have listened,
yeah,
quite the observer. And so then it occurred again when I used to have where I went a few 2 years after that, I was in my mid 30s at this point, my early 30s, because I just getting ready to start my trucking career. Yeah, just started my trucking career in my early 30s. I was working with a company at that time before I built my trucking company. I built my truck company till 32, 29. Yeah, 20, started driving at 30, 29, 30, and then built my company at 32. Started building my company. And let me know, I'll call him back. Okay, can I call you later? Okay. But so now that's when I go to the lung doctor to go get x-ray. He comes out and say, it's phenomenon. I said, what's phenomenon? He said, well, what happens is normally occurs in so-called white males. He didn't say so-called, I'm saying so-called. Because I know it's no such thing as white black already now, right?
Oh
Now
yeah,
that's
yeah,
on
yeah.
that.
Yeah, the language, yeah.
And then he says, well, it only happens in white males from say 18 to 25. Okay, I'm 30 and I'm ex-army and I'm black, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said, well, that's what's so phenomenon. And then he told me that as far as there's a little hole in my lung or my chest that allows oxygen to escape. And when my heart, when my lungs decompress or compress, it catches that oxygen and gets trapped and it's excruciating pain.
Yeah.
That was my second determination. So throughout the stages, I would say that with other physicians, other doctors, and they would think I was kind of quacked off by that. No, 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 no. That's impossible.
Yeah.
Okay. So now this day here, with I went example, I've been a veteran military industrial complex. That's my health care, right? Provider. But I don't go in to get no procedure. I just go in to get aware of how this vessel is doing.
Yeah, yeah. Get blood work
And
or lab
so,
work done just to see
and
what
I'm gonna
the
make
numbers
sure,
are. Yeah.
matter of fact, I'm talking to Haru. I'm making a point, and for everyone who listens to this recording, go get blood work done and learn to read your numbers.
Yeah. It's
And then you
important.
go and this is what I've started doing. I go there and get enlightened, and then I come and figure out some things myself.
Yeah.
And so I've been doing this for so long, like my pressure's high, I just have to eliminate people out of my life. I just have to cut them out.
Yeah.
Like my book I'm reading, Extraordinary, extra extraordinary Popular Delusions and the Madness of the Crowd,
Mm-hmm.
Charles McKay. And that's a fact. Sometimes we just got to step aside, especially if we got these other shifters, vampires, werewolves, you name it, those energies that come up, or like Agent Smith showed us, that can
Yeah.
become any of us at any given time.
Mm-hmm.
But there's only two kind of people I know on this planet, and that's a builder or a destroyer, and that's each and every one of us.
Yeah. I
And
see.
so,
I kind of got. That's interesting. You say that. You know how we have the story of in India of Shiva,
mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm,
there was
mm-hmm,
31, and Shiva actually was a destroyer, right? In the
mm-hmm.
story. Then I thought about this. I've heard this term used for God, gold, oil, and drugs, right?
Gold on trucks, I like that. Yeah.
But then I thought about what this term on the complete opposite.
Uh-huh.
Think about this term: um, generator, operator,
Mm,
and destroyer.
mm-hmm. That part.
Like the God, generator, operator,
Mm-hmm.
and then of course you're going to always have the other side of it, which is, I mean, how the other side of duality works is the other side's always there. When you go one side completely, you're going to have the opposition on the other. You know?
That's right. Like hot and cold,
Yeah, yeah.
up and down.
Up or down, yeah. Within,
That's
without.
right. That part.
And it's
So
friction of
today,
reality because even think about it on the sexual plane, right?
mm-hmm,
When we create another physical human comes out, the friction of the friction of pulling in and pushing out,
mm-hmm,
pushing,
mm-hmm,
pulling,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
it's natural. It's
That's
connected
right.
to the movement of energy. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. I just
No,
was
no, 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 no,
seeing
no, no,
something what
no,
you're
Danny.
saying. Yeah.
We go back like four fast on the Cadillac, bro. We good. So yeah, I haven't looked at the sexual part like that, but you where you demonstrated that I could definitely relate to that, being the
Yeah.
male that I am. And anyone would have told me that I would be a bachelor, be by myself at this stage of life right now, especially this era. I told them they're delusional. I
Wow.
would say you're
Yeah.
completely delusional because I was so active.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was very active.
Yeah.
And not that I'm slowing down, it's just that with this evasive sickness helped me slow down
Yeah.
and helped me say, wait a minute, no one with that evasive sickness is gonna get any friction from me.
Yeah. 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 For sure.
And especially if they're not into the knowledge, that's just
Yeah.
a double whammy.
Yeah.
And
That
so,
that's kind of like when you think about it, when because I know exactly where you're coming from. When I was younger,
mm, mm,
especially I got married really young before I woke up, but religious.
mm,
We both were religious. And I don't know if I shared this. My first wife is what we call black, which I don't.
mm,
We know the this color crayon. We're not
mm,
crayons. We know that. This is
that's right.
um, and we met in church, which the
Mm,
pressure was it's better to marry than to burn, right?
that part.
That pressure comes on, but we don't have no wisdom because I can look now and say at 20, because I got married at 21, she was 19. I didn't know shit now. I mean, I could say that now.
Mm,
I just, at
mm,
30, compared to what we know later, we're like, I didn't really know anything then like I know now, right?
that's right.
Um, but the process of it was after we divorced and separated and divorced,
Mm,
I really mindset was I would never find nobody again because of where I was at spiritually. I just figured that would be my road.
mm, mm, mm,
But then that's not what ended up happening. I met somebody in my early 40s, middle 40s, and she, was young, a little bit younger than me, but not a lot. And
mm,
it was kind of work. It worked. I mean, we
mm,
didn't think, so you never know when it can happen. But if somebody has a journey of not, I get it. I need alone
mm,
time to myself now. So when she goes and hangs out with friends very fast, she's a little opposite of me.
mm, mm,
She's definitely amongst the crowd. She's good at right.
right.
What is it called? A butterfly, social butterfly. I can be,
Mm,
but I
mm.
can digress. I like
And
alone
that,
time for meditation and reflection and
mm.
retrospection and just honing in on focusing.
And that's what I have become
Yeah,
because I didn't go to parties. I was the party.
yeah,
And now I'm not an entertainer, but I'm with the meditation, the self-reflection, and etc. And with the knowledge that comes along with the gestation cycles, wisdom,
oh
right?
God, that's budding right
And
now. I
mm,
just feel in the level I that is really a budding going on with that wisdom right now, and I know
it
you know
is,
what I mean. Yeah, right.
it is. Because matter of fact, here just as we were talking earlier about the blood test, its importance, and learning how to read the blood test, those are your vital signs. About a month ago, I got I went in to get seen by the VA, as I always do now, and I got my results back. And just as I got my results, I get a call from the RN, registered nurse,
Yeah,
and informed me that my PA, I said, PA, prostrate? She said, yes. I said, okay. She says, hi. I said, well, what's high? She said, the 5'4". I said, well, what's low? She said, well, 3'4", 3'2". I said, oh, okay, so it's not a 10 or anything, so thank you very much. Yes, but we want to observe it as well as I do,
yeah,
as well as I need to observe.
yeah,
Now that I've been enlightened that there's an issue.
yeah,
And so I screenshot my vitals to Laguda, DR, lowercase d, lowercase r, dot, Laguda. That's my herbalist.
mm-hmm.
And with my herbalist, he phoned me immediately. Immediately, it's an 8-hour difference. And so, okay, that was my business partner. She sent me a notification about the XPX, and that one did not get bought. I don't think it was because I was really lowballing that one. I think I put in for 10 cents to go in, and I saw it was 25 cents to buy in.
Yeah.
And that's very interesting when we talk about the markets, knowing that data right there. So, okay, she thumbs up. Yeah, so with me getting my blood work, then sending it to Laguda, he phoned me. There's 8 hour difference between here and Yoruba, Africa, which is on the side of the Atlantic Ocean of Akabulan. Just outside of Nigeria, Tego, Togo, Tego, Tigo, Togo, and Bien. And then there's Yoruba right there, just outside of Nigeria. And it's 8 hour difference. And he phoned me immediately and said his father was a 7 on the prostrate. And he was a black sheep of the family, but he made up a herb for his father. His father consumed the herbs for a month, and his prostrate went from a 7 to a 0 or 1 or 0. And I said, okay, you got any more herbs available? And he said, yeah. So he made me some up. And I consumed those 3 tablespoons 3 times a day. He said, it'd be bitter. I said, nope, I got myself deprogrammed. What doesn't taste so good to me is the best thing for me
Yeah.
because of all of this in the foods. And so, Danny, I consumed it for it was enough for about 2 weeks. And then I went and got some blood work done again, right? Since I'm learning now and I've started reading the blood work, vital signs. And my heart rate had declined from a 5.4 to a 4.7 in just 2 weeks
Yeah.
without going through the procedure of this Rockefeller setup
Yeah.
of hospital.
Yeah.
So now that's one. Then my doctor, they scheduled me to go see a urologist for my prostate, right? I went for the exam and he was talking about the procedure and all this, and he talking about the procedure. And I didn't even know what a prostate was. I knew of it, but I didn't know what
Oh
part of
yeah.
the body was the prostate. Never had a problem with the phyllis. Still
Yeah.
don't have a problem with phyllis. But I noticed that I was not going regular. I just kind of stopped going regularly, where my body discharged in the waste, right?
Yeah.
And so I kind of put 2 and 2 together. So with that, I didn't go back for the procedures. And that's when my herbs arrived. And that's when I started drinking my herbs. So this was about 3 weeks ago. And then just last week, my doctor, RN, phoned me to inform me that they know that I didn't go to the procedure. And I said, I didn't make the appointment, but I just didn't go back for the procedure. When the doctor said they want you to know that prostrate is fatal. Well, tell me something else new.
Yeah.
Tell me what's new. And then I said, okay. He said, well, you need to take the procedure, and holistics don't work as quackery. I said, oh, well, I'm well informed. And asked Dr. Johnson, will he look up the Flexner report? And when he gets there, you tell him that this is my body, my choice, my call. Now, I remind him in some other areas where his expertise, his knowledge, but on this one, I draw the line in the sand.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it.
Right.
And so just after that, I received my blood work for the second time I went did my blood work. This time I want to know about how my body feels after consuming those burdock roots, what the brew that Dr. Laguda made
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Clear.
I was down to a 4, well, 4.7, 4.9, well, no, 4.7. because I was at a 5.4,
Yeah.
and now it's down. So I took that with me to go see the doctor today, but this is cardio. And then I was enlightened with that today about how this ties into me being younger, being very active, and now I'm more active. Now also, they want to go in and just observe to see exactly what part of the valve that goes into my heart, artery that goes into my heart, that
Yeah.
has a tear or that oxygen temporarily escaping. Now that ties back into what I was saying when I was in my 20s.
The leak.
And I would tell other physicians this, and they were like, no. Well, he didn't know, or whatever doctor, what they didn't know at that time. I was getting a lot of that. So this is why I'm so relieved today that this is a factual that what I've been dealing with. But now, no procedure gonna get done because if I've gone this long being like it is, I'm gonna go a lot longer with it being like it is
Yeah.
because it's not excruciating as it was when it first started, like the doctor told me. And that particular individual told me at that time, it's something I grow out of.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've grown out of it, but now they just see the results of that probably at this age now. So no procedures, not one,
Yeah.
not one. I came here like this and I noticed also thing is death, dark. I'm not trying to hold on to this ram right here either, but I'm not rushing it either.
Yeah.
I'm living my life like it's golden, the best time of my life ever, or how we say the fourth industrial revolution. I've learned about the first three
Yeah.
and knowing, wait a minute, there's a fourth one going on, and knowing the revolution would not be televised.
Yeah.
And it's not,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
because these prostitutes are not talking about it.
No.
These governmental officials are surely not talking about it. But now those who got money are talking about it. When I read the Great Reset and the Fourth Industrial Revolution, Klaus Schwab, who's been parading on Bloomberg and Davos. They was covering Davos. That happens every year.
Yeah.
And Gates and the rest of the crew and the cast
The whiff. Yeah.
of this Orwellian, totalitarian kind of energy they're trying to push upon the masses.
Yeah.
But when I started hearing the money streaming, then now we got some resistance, like Star Trek,
Yeah.
the resistance and the Death Force, Darth Vader.
The resistance. Yeah.
Uh-huh. That would be Harrison Ford and what was the lady she played, Queen something or whatever.
Oh, God. Yeah.
She
Star
was
Wars,
what?
the original one, right?
Uh-huh,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
I know who. Layla in the show, right?
Layla, that's it, Layla, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
Layla, yeah.
remember her real act. Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause- well, yeah, we're just trying to get the character
Yeah.
because Leela ties into Moses, Leela,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and that was Moses' first one.
Yeah. Oh wow.
You know,
Yeah.
he had, I mean, no, Adam, not Moses, Adam and Eve.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Lee was the second one. And really, we're just talking about the parts of our brains.
Yeah.
Adam and Eve, and Superior Brackens, Copper Cliff syndrome.
Yeah.
And so, because everything ties into the body as a replica of the body, everything
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
just a
Yeah.
spitting image of the body.
I was even looking at that. That's part of what's going to come out in a couple of days. Even that connection to that, when I connect some things together to that's going to with that is it has that aspect of the like you said. I was looking up the word. Um, we have the because I look at the word ceremony, right?
Oh, that one, okay.
And then I said, well, isn't it we have the cerebellum in our brain,
Oh,
right? Yeah, right.
mm-hmm,
Which
mm-hmm,
is spelled the same with a CER, right?
mm-hmm.
And that connection of the cerebellum, like a ceremony, and then you have the Sarah, which we know they put a S on it in the Bible and called it Sarah with a S, and just the connections of, like you said, the left and right hemisphere and
Hmm.
how that operates. Yeah, it will be interesting, 'cause how I'm going to tie that in. I don't want to go too much into it because it's a few days before it comes out. Like I said, I scheduled ahead. I mean, I've actually even doing Rumble. I've been, because um, Rumble doesn't try to block you for saying certain words at times, right?
No, they don't.
Rumble kind of lets you have your free fill. So I actually opened up Rumble and putting videos on Rumble, and then
Hmm.
and then yeah, it's gonna be good. But yeah, what you're, anybody that's listening, um, and you may hesitate wanting to go see your physician, blood work's good. And actually, if you wanna, there's other places to even get blood work if you're not connected to your physician.
Hmm.
But you just want to see what your numbers are, because those numbers don't lie. Um, like like Charles is saying, you go here about a year and a half ago, I went through this thing with my numbers, and they were starting to want to diagnose me with diverticulitis
That part.
and stuff like that. When it all came to pass, guess what? Twice, I actually
Hmm.
passed out on the street and never had did that before. So they, once I got an IV, I was okay, and I was like, I'm ready to go. But then the doctor's like, you've never did this before. You're 58 years old, 59 years old when it happened, or close to 60. It was like 2 years ago. We want to
Hmm.
check you out to see what's going on, because this isn't something you did before. You don't have a history of this. So I was there another day. So
Hmm.
they were saying, man, but you don't have diverticulitis, because we know that you're okay with that. But is this? Well, when it was all said and done, which I mentioned,
Hmm.
I said, why don't we check some of the medication I'm on? And
Hey, that
found
part.
out, all said and done, the medication caused the problem. And then another time, the medication was sucking up was taking out all my what's the mineral we need in us? Dehydrating it.
Okay.
And it was causing dehydration. That's why I passed out. Not
There you
that I
go.
was sick. The med
Uh-huh.
side effect caused it.
That part. I go into any, how will we say this again? Any J.D. Rockefeller
Yeah,
who, when he told J.P. Morgan about his scientists finding out he was an oil baron,
yeah,
and his scientists found out about they can use a part of the oil to create medicine, petromedicine. That was a term that was used for a while. That's
yeah,
what we did. And I said that now, whenever I go in these places, they like my pressure be a little high. And I said, well, my pressure was what, 150 over what, 85 or something like that today. I
yeah,
thought that's normal. That's good. And my shit, when I had that in trucking company and real estate property, man, my pressure was up here all the time. 200,
yeah.
105.
That's very high. Yeah,
Yeah, that was extraordinarily high.
yeah,
Look, now I was taking 6 different medications. I stopped taking medication. I'm down to 170, 160, 140, 126, 130,
normal.
85, 89 or 90, 81, 85, 90 in that range.
Yeah,
And that's cool. This is why I
yeah,
decided to kind of slow down and watch who's around me, be aware of who's around me and what is going on around me. As my God, my mother taught me, be aware of who's around you and who lives around you. And I'm taking that to correlate to what's going on around the globe like right now. But
yeah,
as we were talking earlier about the markets and about it ready to crash and whatnot, it's some things happening right now because there's a buildup in the Philippines of all places,
yeah,
that island in the Pacific. The republic is putting a strong defense on
yeah. They're
the
opening up the
outskirts of
bases.
Philippines.
Yeah, they're
That's
opening up the
right.
bases.
And this is about the divorce that's taking place between China and the US.
Yeah.
Because China got invited to the WTO in 2001
Yeah.
to on one when China got seated at the table.
Yeah.
And so this is 2024 now. This is a divorce that's really just not looking good.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm reading Brent Johnson. He's a gentleman that's been in the space for 25 years, like I am now, just entering my sixth year. And these really have to get others out of my way as well too, because are you making any money? Are you making any money? Are you making any money? I said, well, this is not about money, it's about knowledge. Knowledge begets to money.
Yeah.
And you really want to know the crux of it. My health is my most important contribution
Yeah.
to
Yeah. Yeah.
myself.
Can't even
My
put no
health.
money on it.
That's right. You cannot put a value on that.
Not at all.
Because I've known I was a thousandaire. I knew some millionaires that couldn't even urinate, couldn't go use the bathroom, stopped up, congested up, whatever. Would give anything just to go able to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
They had to watch what they eat because they couldn't, the body had just shut up, or the chakras had got clogged up and everything.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's another thing I started learning for those who will listen, Danny. Be mindful of what you're putting in,
Yeah.
because if it goes in, the body got to use it.
Yeah.
The chakras got to use it. And if they get a clog in the wheel, good luck,
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
because
Yeah.
nothing's going to come out below. You're going to have all kind of waistline and waste and junk all around you.
Yeah.
I was 183 today on the weight. Yes, cool. I want to get low. I want to get back down to 175, 170,
Yeah.
175, 180, between that range. I'm at my optimist. Now, also, about to jump to the portal, but I will be returning back to the Republic here, to Des Moines in particular, because I'm in Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah.
And I got to say, what I've been saying, Danny, is not where I want to be, but it's where I need to be.
Yeah.
Because I got so much done since being here in the middle part of the country that I could on the West Coast or East Coast. Especially with what Galvin has done to that republic, Republic of California, Queen
Oh
Cali.
yeah. Yeah.
That will.
He pretty much, to me it was like he was the chosen one to put it at its end.
Exactly,
That's what it
exactly.
appears to me. Yeah.
And he was even coming up with whisper of being the next oligarch
President.
of the republic,
Yeah.
but nah, he's not gonna get it. And out of all ones they did get one out of Queen Cali, Kamala. Oh, I'm sorry, not Kamala. Give me 1 second, 1 second. Hey, Veronica. Veronica? Yes. Well, I'm just on there with my brother Danny. Not just on, but with my brother Danny on Zoom. Where are you? Okay, I'm at my boat. I'll be here till the 13th as well, till about the 12th or 13th. Mhm. Okay, I can hear it. That's right. Okay, and I'll probably give you a call as soon as I'm with Danny here. Yeah, West Coast Uncensored. West Coast Uncensored, my brother Danny. All right. All right, hold on. All right. Okay, Danny, I apologize. That was what I had to take. That's one of my friends that I met here. She's a witch driver, Uber witch.
Hmm.
Um, and I treat her well, I treat like I treat everyone, with love.
Yeah.
Because that's the true power. And I don't push anybody away from me, and what they just push themselves away.
Yeah. And that's such a when you really, and that's part of the wisdom that we're getting, and this is something that kind of
Mhm.
was focused. I was focusing like on intervals of
Mm-hmm.
understanding because we wish everybody would go through our process, right?
Mm-hmm.
To
Mm-hmm.
wake up.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality, many of them, it's not their journey as of yet.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't. And then I kind of started realizing because people want to always like, I have to go say, almost like the mindset of religion, I got to go save people, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the reality of it is we're not really doing that. We're not saviors. They got to
That,
wake
that
up.
that part.
Yeah.
They gotta want to save themselves.
And then I started realizing, and I've mentioned it on my videos, I understood a couple of years ago, hey, I was told by my higher self that they're not operating on the frequency to receive where you're at. And if they can't,
That
they're not
part.
going to get you.
That part.
Then not long ago, more I was breaking things down about the initiate. Said almost like the correction was you can't give people initiated knowledge and they haven't been initiated. They don't even know what
It,
initiation is.
it won't even go in.
Yeah,
Talking about going in one ear, come out the other, it
yeah,
won't even enter.
yeah,
That's a blockage right there.
yeah,
And
and
so, um, with like matter of fact, with my chosen vocation that I'm doing using right now, and I am just about got myself where I need to be because when I no, I did go in the military, and I don't tell anybody don't go,
yeah,
don't go. Many need to go
yeah,
because that can be an outlet to get out of a toxic family. That can be a venue to start traveling and seeing more than your own culture.
yeah,
Because when you go in, you're going to meet from all four corners and then some
yeah,
others
right,
that are, you're going to become a unit as one, as like we do when we get connected with the feminine. We
yeah,
connect with ourselves. And so, which I was looking at about the Rothschilds last evening as well, about how they just hijacked everything and just they didn't loan people money, they loaned money to governments.
yeah,
And that's why war has never been good for anybody.
right,
The states, the countries, the states have to tax the people to pay the Rothschilds back.
yeah.
That kind of talk.
I mean, like when you look at, it, they say, "Oh, we're blankety blankety trillion in the hole." Yeah, you've been taking it from us
Mhm.
by
Now
taxing.
you want to take up more. Now you want to take more.
Yeah, you want next? What's next? You gonna tax our air?
Oh, look, you got to pay to get in this place and you got to pay to check out this place.
Yeah,
And I've now gravitated toward the terminology of prison planning. I've gravitated toward that because you got to have a passport to travel. You can only travel with a passport. So anybody get that document
yeah,
because that way you can go. I mean, I didn't have to have it when I was in the military. Because I was serving.
yeah, and it automatically came with it, right?
It came with it. That was one of the benefits of it. That's
Yeah,
correct. Um, because this world is changing because we constantly see these EV cars
yeah, um,
and this with they're not retreating by no means of being a retreat.
right.
They're looking to really advance this agenda as far as they can
Yeah,
because they're counting on those of us who know to ascend on. And then they got them by the balls, the rest of us behind us, because they're
yeah.
not reading, they're not thinking, they're not
That's
wondering how this matrix got put together. Alice in Wonderland,
yeah,
Tin Man, Straw Man.
all that. Yeah, the aspects of yeah. And what I was really seeing in the deeper aspects of alchemy was that when you look at the like we were told alchemy is is creating a lower metal into a higher metal
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
by a lab. That's like the exoteric meaning. The esoteric is about within alchemy. So what I've kind of seen and learned recently heavily came a reality to me. When you live in a 3D level reality, you have
Hmm.
less free will. When you start integrating it in the higher realms is when your free will gets activated more.
That's right.
And that's kind of the reality is, and then we're getting, like you said, with it, like a where the prison planet comes from, or what is, people are on this recycling loop of staying in 3 and 4D reality, and that's kind of like a Ferris wheel. You're back
Hmm.
again,
That
look
part.
around, and that's kind of what's happened. But yeah, I think there's ways as you become more independent, as you raise your consciousness and vibration and start changing things, then freedoms activate more because freedoms aren't in really the physical construct as much because when you're 3D, you're
Hmm.
living in giving and taking, you're really living in your karmic wheel because
That part.
there's actually more cosmic law when you're in the lower densities until you go into the higher densities. Then you're able to, this is when you're able to take it alcohol and integrate it out, go through the alchemy process, integrating it, bringing it to its lowest point, get rid of the dross, and have whole
Hmm.
by taking aspects of the inner alchemy. But anyways, that stuff will come on my video. I just was kind of going with what you're talking about. But if we're in the third, when all we think everything's physical, and that's the
Hmm.
deepest part of it, and the advancement of, and this is where they are going into what you're saying is going into the advancement where technology supersedes the human. That's true Satanism.
That part.
That's true Satanism. That is the
That part.
side of what you would call Satan, because
And go ahead. Go
and
ahead.
wanting and
You
addicted
bet
to
that.
Mars.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Right.
That's a good movie that I think people want to watch.
Yeah.
Asylum with not Brad Pitt. I don't know if he's still acting anymore. His good friend, Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Matt Damon
Yeah.
was in that movie.
Yeah.
And that's when the have nots are up here in
Yeah.
the lower aspect of the space.
Yeah.
They travel back and forth all day. And then, of course, down here, you're working and doing this, and life is a little drudgery, it's a little
Like the caste
drudgery and
system,
everything.
right?
And then you had the robots as well, too. You had the sentients that were robotic.
Yeah.
And so that's what I kind of see this thing going to.
Yeah.
Because I just got an alert here from Rebel Capitalist Live. Japanese bank may not survive
Yeah.
this.
I was told by
And
my friend that you might have seen the video, the Chinese guy James Chang.
mhm,
He was
mhm,
telling me that about all the banks falling over there in China.
in Japan and China and here
Yeah.
and here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what
I even got an alert from an email, and I don't know why. I didn't think I was involved, but it was some banking called Evolve. You ever heard of that?
mhm,
And
mhm.
I'm like, what's that got to do with me? Because I actually have a credit union, and that's all I have.
That's me too.
Yeah,
Navy Federal. Navy
yeah,
Federal, that's it. And PenFed,
yeah,
the Pentagon.
yeah, yeah,
That's another count. Um, but now also family, get into the global markets as well too, because that's your freedom ticket right there. That's where you can live anywhere.
yeah,
Because I got some I talk to now that want me now to loan them some funds.
yeah.
And my good friend Justin says this. He had a young lady that want to talk to him and said she was need some help and whatnot financially, right? Schwab.com. That's his retort. Schwab.com.
Um, it's funny. Remember, I was telling you about the gentleman I know, right? That's wanting
Mm-hmm.
to do day trading, and he watched our last video, and he goes,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, he's got the Schwab book," and he knew that Schwab was bought out what was the other company,
Telemetry,
and
think
he knew
swim.
that. He goes, "Oh, he has the swab book, so he knows about the buying out of the TD trade." Yeah, so he was aware of
Hmm.
that. Yeah, he said he would like to talk to you. Almost, I know he works. I was almost tempted to ask him to come on, but I know he kind of works a late shift. Um,
Well, this is why we got jobs.
yeah,
This is why we're consumers.
yeah,
We consume this and consume that.
and
And you'll be
the more
so
you,
tired from doing all 5 days of the week. By the weekend, you're too damn weak to enjoy you at the end of your week. You're
yeah,
so weak, you're at the end.
you're at the end. Yeah,
Weekend.
yeah. But the language was there, and like you said, and working to make a living, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why don't we
Let
just
your
live?
current earn your currency.
Yeah,
And so this is what I'm saying to those that think I'm living large right now, and I'm not. I'm just hitting my stride.
yeah,
I got my global account now. I can trade Japan, Germany, Brazil, UK. If it's part of the 180 developed countries, I got access to about 50 of them.
yeah. Oh, okay, yeah,
So the sun would never set on Charles Neil Cartwright, like the British Empire said, the sun would never set on the British Empire.
right, yeah. Wow.
Because we're going to see a gap here. The gap of the have and have nots is going to get wider and wider and wider and
Yeah,
wider. Now, as I share with, and I got to go back tomorrow. I go, no, not tomorrow. Tomorrow, I never get here. The day after this one.
yeah. Is that your
Um,
leaving day?
huh?
Is that your leaving day? Or you're taking
No,
off?
no, that just got to, though, that the leaving day just got pushed back to the 12th now with my appointment today. Found out about this artery.
Oh, you're gonna take care of it before whatever needs to do before you go. Okay.
Well, I want to get a better view or understanding of exactly what's going on
Yeah,
before I go, because I can get care while I'm there.
yeah,
But at least, and I'll be able to put on record so they can have my record there. Because I just know physically I did better while I was there. And I didn't have them as much as I got here at all. But you couldn't tell me nothing because I was where I wanted to be.
and I imagine the food there is pretty darn healthy.
Oh man, when I was at the bowels of society, so to speak, residing in a hostel, multiple people.
Yeah,
But not in a dorm, we all had our individual room, right? But who we were renting from, Estelle and Jose, they both had took this,
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Matter of fact, many over there, but not entirely, but quite a few.
yeah, yeah,
And also the middle class there is what, 40,000, 45,000 a
yeah,
year. You got that coming in, you comfortable. I mean extremely comfortable.
yeah,
Extremely comfortable.
yeah,
You be on the upper level there compared to here, where 45 puts you in poverty.
yeah. Well, the middle class, like you said, the as the gap goes wider, the middle class is not there anymore to make it
Getting eradicated.
roll, right?
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, I think it was
we're
like it'd
here,
be like 250,000 or something like that annual. That threshold has been increased.
yeah.
Now,
And
yeah, I
that's
think you
not
got to
that's
make
and
it
that's one
five
percenters.
hundred.
Actually, people who made that were always considered one percenters.
Uh-huh. And now they are not one percenters.
Yeah,
Now the one percent is going to be 500 or better.
yeah. Wow. Yeah,
And oh, I renamed my club. What I'm doing now is renaming my group now as TMBT, Thousandaire, Millionaire, Billionaire, Trillionaire Trading Club.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's funny because you were talking about that, and guess what pops up my phone right now?
What's that?
Uh, uh, Daniel, you're due from some lab work. Yeah, it just came in right now. I'm looking. I go, okay.
I know, right? Yeah. Oh, now also because when I log into the
Yeah,
VA.gov, I got to go through two-way authentication. So this weapon of mass destruction is going to be necessary from here on out.
yeah,
When I log into VA, oh, when I log into SWAB, I got to authenticate.
yeah. Some of them give you two authentications, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And if I'm on my weapon of mass destruction, I got to authenticate because I have to type in my password for my device to get
yeah.
into to close out on here. Now, as we were talking earlier at the beginning, I'm keen on a lot of things, but so many things I'm not keen on.
Yeah,
Because I came from the blue collar side,
yeah,
but I was very well thought, and I did go through the rites of passage. Um, so now at this age, I'm becoming more technical because I envy Justin, man, my brother Justin. I told Justin, did you come out with a umbilical cord with a keypad and a computer connect to your umbilical cord or something? Because you just be. Hold
yeah.
up,
Um, Definitely
hold
have
up.
look up stuff,
But
watch some videos about
look,
even some of the new
uh,
technology, even for because what I did with what's going on, I actually went in to all
I
of
just,
my videos
uh,
and saved them and backed them up with USBs.
okay, exactly.
Yeah,
I had 800 some books on a jump drive, a USB.
yeah,
Will and Area to Rent, the History of Civilization, redlining, the whole damn way this construct got put together from the railroads to the running of signs, motherfuckers.
yeah,
Matter, mother, matter, mother.
yeah,
Matter, mutter, mother.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Then you got fuck, which don't anybody say because the only bad word I know is a word I do not know.
yeah.
And that's a bad word.
For unlawful carnal knowledge.
There you go. So we got fuck. You got the F U U C Charles Cartwright. You got the K Cartwright. So you
That's
can drop
funny.
that C because duality.
Yeah,
And you squeeze them together, you got matter, fook,
yeah,
someone destroying the natural existence of life.
yeah,
They go to railroads, they go to telephone cords, poles and everything, they go to connectivity. Here come the Model T.
yeah,
Here come, gotta treat the water.
yeah,
Oh, now here we go with the farmers now. Industrialization. We can do it for you.
yeah,
We can do it faster.
yeah,
John Deere.
yeah. Wow, yeah. Think about those days because when I was a young teenager, uh, we used to, my uncle and my stepdad were would work were farming and dairymen.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to when I was a little boy and teenager, I would go help them and learn stuff, and I used to go feed the cattle
Mm-hmm.
and stuff driving that John Deere.
That's right.
Yeah, the John Deere. Yeah. It's amazing
You
when you
know,
look at it because you think if we get the technology right, like this phone and that, and like people will think we're look at where we're getting. You're getting the leftovers, the crumbs off the table.
that part.
You're not in the inner club. The people aren't. And there's technology that could be super beneficial for healing people. Frequency technology,
Mm-hmm.
it's out there. The different chambers that people use, hyperbaric chambers, getting rid of old cells and re sparking them, EMFs, pads,
That part.
and that. But that's not what's being pushed on us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like you were saying, something the process of what is birth when you have all this pushing a consumer mindset's going to birth a materialistic folk. They'll be consumers and they'll birth being materialists.
That part. Because
And that's actually when you
that,
go into the depth of the energetic field and alchemy. That's where what you would say is definitely Satanism, or
mhm, Zionism.
somebody saying that you want. I'm going to put something in your brain to help you, meaning I'm going to upload your consciousness. I'm going to put something in your brain. That's going into materialism and into robotic stage, where you're uplifting the technology when the technology is all a copy of the original people origin. It's all a
That
copy of
part.
you, and they're superseding that with that. And I guess when I say it like this, you know who I'm talking about. He, many people can appear to be something, but then when you kind of see through it, they're not appearing to be. They're not what they say they are. But
That part.
um, but many will find them and accept them because there's even the conscious community. There's a lot of co-ops going around.
You can say that again.
Yeah, there is. Uh, and then even in every aspect, people think, I even was looking at, like, even before, because I kind of got caught in a little trap through this period of 2000 to 224, through the
Hmm.
fear that they put on us. And the fear here living in California was they're taking away my rights. They're making us
Hmm.
communists. But then the reality, I had to hone in, especially after everything that happened, and really think, what do you really know, Danny? Think about it. You know, both sides are the same side,
There you go. That part.
even though some of the people may not be. I ran into good conservative people that say, no, you deserve your rights, but that's not the government we follow. The people are different, right? They may not
Hmm.
know, but they're going to stand up for your rights. People are actually nine out of 10 people, if you get down to them, you don't challenge their ego. They're decent people. They'll say hi. Sometimes they may not, but most people are pretty decent. And we know that things that makes the thing run is they gaslight everybody and they think, oh yeah, they're doing it for us, they're helping us, but they're really leading you into the agenda that they want next.
The, the frog in a pot of water.
Yeah. We took you all the way to the other side of even probably left, but don't be surprised if they bring you back. And I see it. Remember, I was telling you about the video about Apollos.
Uh-huh.
You remember what
Uh-huh.
I told you? That when you look it up in the Greek, not the European Judeo Christianity, in the Greek, because this is all Greek mythology.
There we go.
Apollos,
There we go.
who he is, and when you look up that second writer, they have small knives. Guess what's happening? Knife attacks have went up 400%, and the people across the border, so called illegally, are over in
Hmm.
Europe running through the streets with knives. Did you know that?
Oh, in this space, you cannot help but hear it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, wow, I didn't expect it that soon. If
Because,
you remember, I even told you it'd be around Olympic time.
oh, and all this is George Soros.
Yeah, but it's part of even.
George Soros
Yeah,
financing it
they're
all.
using the Book of Revelations as a playbook.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
That's what they're using. But people are waking up because I did see this Hungary. I think this guy from Hungary, and he was like, I can't make this up. This
yeah,
is written by George Soros in the 1989
yeah,
about there would be immigrants coming here in the Grove, and we got to prepare for it and plan to pull
yeah.
this off.
And that's Albert Pike's Morals and Dogma.
That goes right into that.
Yeah, goes
Drum
exactly.
roll, please.
Yeah. And so
There
when
it
I
is.
said it, somebody's like, because I had people actually, I had a few friends send me messages said, "You hit this right on the button." I go, I
Mhm,
don't take it as I came that I'm a prophet. Take it that I just
mhm,
really realized this ninth chapter, and this is what this means. That the second rider is taking peace from the earth, and the people have small weapons. It's not military, small weapons,
mhm, mhm,
knives. What are we seeing? A
mhm.
bunch of a knife tax. We even have somebody over here, about 20 miles from where I live, the week 2 weekends ago, was killed with a samurai sword.
Wow.
And I'm like, wow. And my wife's going, oh my God, this is what you were saying. I go, it's amping up because you seen exactly what happened at the Olympics immediately. And remember, if I told you that we would see it at the Olympics, if you, I don't know if you remember, I told you, but if you go watch the video, I said uh, during the Olympics that you would see this movement,
And you were spot on.
and that's what they did. I go, it's not. It's because I studied and seen the Olympics are connected to the Greek mythology.
That's a fact. There it is. That's just modern day Greek.
Every presidential running of a presidency is always in the Greek Olympiads. Every year,
Uh-huh.
it matches up.
Every year. It lines up just like the stars.
Yeah, and I was
It,
like, this is what I seen when you look at it in the
and,
Greek,
and you
not the
know,
two
and
Dales.
then I talk to people and they say, you don't even watch the I said, no. Not even, I said, no. I might hear something about somebody that won, like Bale, she even got a gold medal, whatever, but hooray.
You know, you're kind of in that area where a lot of land, not overcrowded,
Mm-hmm.
people living on top of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's kind of got a conservative mindset, majority.
Mm-hmm. Majority, correct. That's why I say I'm not where I want to be, but I'm where I need to be.
Yeah,
And even there, being in Costa, rich land, Rica, no, Rica, rich, Costa land, rich land, I saw that I can be somewhat like Dean. I can be insulated
yeah,
to a large degree.
and that's what too. One of the things I'm seeing.
Oh,
That's why I'm telling
you
people.
want to say that? This is the VA. Hello, this is Charles. Well, I didn't see my name in the newspaper, so I'm doing pretty well. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, I recall I mean, with Heather, and she went on somewhere else. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't spoken in a while. Hmm. Well, Heather did send me a brochure. I have it here on my desk here that I need to look through about some of those out of the programs that are available. And right, and let me ask you, this is a good number and extension that I can give you a call back. Somebody know the meter right now. Okay, let me get my pen here. Where's my trusted pen? I never had one I needed. I got a drawer full of them now. Here we go. Oh, there it is right there. Okay, here we go. And